I've succeeded in some ways, perhaps, but I've also failed in some ways. I've been strong at times, but I've also been weak at times. The issue is, what am I going to do with all of that?
The Yes Alliance is a group of 4 very diverse independent entrepreneurs from Prince George. We're all ladies. And we sort of came together 2 years ago, and we just had the desire to work together. And we were scrambling and looking for ways, how could we, coming from such different backgrounds, run a project together? And so that was the time when I was watching a number of documentaries about health and healing and life in general. And I just found that the information I found in these movies was so extraordinary and empowering. I said to my colleagues, why don't we just set up a movie night? This information should not be privileged to just a few select people who just happen to find these DVDs. But everybody should, or at least more people should know about this.
From this need came Quantum Popcorn, movies that inspire. On January 28th, the Yes Alliance presents Debbie Ford's docudrama, The Shadow Effect.
It's embracing authentically who you are and not being ashamed of it. If you want authentic peace of mind, creativity, kindness, compassion, joy, then you've got to understand your shadow and be okay with it. Celebrate it.
Very consciously chose January for the screening because that's sort of the time when people, get ready for the new year and have some intentions and are willing to bring more awareness to their life. And so we invite our audience to explore with us what Debbie Ford calls the shadow.
You can't fight darkness with darkness, but you can switch on the light.
If you take this journey, I promise you that you're going to experience more love, more happiness than you've ever had before.
And what seems so overbearing and scary, once you understand it, it loses its power. And behind that horrible wall, that horrible shadow, there's always love and light behind it.
The shadow is dark, it's secretive, it can be dangerous.
Things we hide, things that we lie about, not only to others but to ourselves.
That dark side of us, each and every one of us tries to hide.
The shadow shows up in so many ways. Right now, hundreds of millions of people are living in denial of their individual shadow.
But we wanted to do more than just show a film. We wanted to really add value, and so we invited members of our community from Prince George to come to these movie nights, and after the movie that we would have an interactive panel discussion.
Subject we never talked about.
The cost of ignoring a destructive pattern is that you're going to self-destruct.
Like locking somebody in the basement who wants to get out.
They find mischievous ways to express themselves.
If you haven't cleaned your house, you're going to be in trouble.
This is why we want to deal with the shadow. It's not just to love the good, it's to love the dark as well.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. They were talking about the shadow.
You can't fight darkness with darkness, but you can switch on the light.
Are you ready to be strong where you were weak before?
Step out of the smallness of your darkest thought into the brilliance of your biggest dream. If shadows could talk, they would tell us there is gold to be mined in every experience.
So people walk home inspired with practical tools, new ideas of how they can use these quantum popcorn movies, and also deeper connected with their community, because they probably will meet from the panel, but also among the audience members, people they didn't even know lived in their community, yet have so much to give and so much to offer.
The Shadow Effect, January 28th, UNBC Wellwood Theatre. Tickets at Books & Company, The Zen Garden, and Homework.